Okay, so now that you know you're creating a picnic table, I'm going to show you a few things that it's going to make your life a little bit easier. All right. So first of all, one of the things I want to show you is how to do some wood shaping here. So unlike the real world where you have to measure everything and cut it, and if you mess it up, then you gotta go out and buy a new piece of wood, or hopefully mess it up in the right direction. But we don't have that problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this here, and I'm going to draw out a piece of wood. So let's say this is going to be a leg for our picnic table. So we've got this piece of wood here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into vertex selection mode, FN F9. I'm going to select them all, or select the top four here, and with this, I can actually drag it sideways, like that. So now you have one of those diagonal legs there, without having to make a single cut. Cool? Alright, so that's one thing you can do. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to create those fasteners. So remember I said your picnic table needs fasteners? Well, I'm going to show you how to do that here real quick. Alright, so I'm going to drag this up here. I'm actually going to apply a texture to this real quick. So I'm going to assign new material. We're going to go Lambert because we don't want this shiny. I'm going to go over here and load a texture. So let me go over here to File, grab that, and it's okay, maybe. Yeah, whatever, we'll use that. Or better yet, we'll use this one. Alright, so I'm going to choose Open on that. Alright, and turn on textures here real quick. So we've got this nice piece of wood. Alright. So we've got a nice piece of wood there. Obviously it could use a little more help on modeling. But let's go ahead and add a bolt to this. Alright, so the typical bolts that you use on a picnic table are called carriage bolts. And a carriage bolt is like a bolt, but on one end, instead of a nice hexagonal end that you can get a wrench onto, it's a nice round curved surface, so you can set things on it or not get cut by it as easily. Alright, so we're going to simulate one of those, and that's pretty easy. So we're going to go up here to the sphere here, and we're going to create a small sphere. So I'm going to kind of draw it out there. Alright, so that's a nice small sphere. And what we're going to do is we're going to mash it down. So I'm going to go to the scaling tool, and we're going to change it to like an M&M or a Skittle or a whatever. So we're going to make it kind of look like that. Maybe I'll squish it down a little bit more. Alright, so we have that object there. Alright, so it looks kind of like an M&M or a Skittle. If you wanted to, you could go into vertex editing mode. So FN F9 like this. And I'm going to select about half of the things down here on the bottom. Okay, so I've got those selected, and just hit the delete key. Well, it should have deleted it. Okay, well, Maya's being silly. Let me try selecting that again. Alright, the delete key on there. Okay, so Maya's being evil. Actually, let me go ahead and face selection mode because sometimes this helps. FN F11. So I'm going to select these here real quick. Alright. Come on, Maya. Alright, so hit delete on there. Okay, so Maya's being a little bit evil. So I left a few on there on the bottom to make it easier to position our things here. Alright, so this is where lining things up would be really, really useful. So I'm going to hit spacebar. And I'm going to take this stuff, and I'm going to move my object here. Alright, so I'm going to move it onto that object right there. Alright, and then I'm going to kind of put it in the center here. Oh, so apparently I have selected part of the object, and it's kind of deformed it there. So I'm going to go back to object selection mode, FN F8. So I've got the object selected now, and let's try that again. So I am going to see if that's a line there on the side. That looks pretty good. I'm going to move it here, and then I'm going to pull it up. and you want it partially sunk into the wood. All right. So now we have a carriage bolt, and it's connecting it to something else. Cool. That's all you have to do. You don't even have to texture it, or I mean, you could maybe apply a different shader to it, or material to it. We can go to rendering and kind of make it a little bit shiny-ish, a little bit. So that looks kind of cool, doesn't it? So we have created that, and that leaves this one little problem here. So if I select this piece of wood and move it, our bolt doesn't follow it. So let me show you something with this. All right, so we're going to go back to the split view here and hit panel layout on that. Make this a little bit bigger here. Not much. So we have this cube, and then you'll notice there's a sphere here. All right. So what this means is each one is their own part, and I can click on it and select it. And if I click this one, it selects this. So I'm going to go to the sphere, and I'm going to take it, and I'm going to make it part of this, just temporarily. So if I middle mouse drag, so if I press down on my scroll wheel till it clicks, and I drag that up to cube 2, it is now a child of P cube 2. And every time I select that cube, the whole thing follows it. So it's automatically selected when I do that. That's not the only way we can do this. We have other ways of making it work. But for now, that's good. All right, so some other things I want to show you here. We are going to take, actually, we can even texture this if you want. One of the cool things that you can do is if you already textured something once, you can use existing material. Right-click and use existing material there. All right, so oh, I just textured the bolt. That's not what I want. All right, so let me undo that until it's untextured. Okay, there we go. All right, let's select the piece of wood here. Right-click, assign existing material, Lambert 2. So now we have a piece of wood. This one, obviously, you're going to have to edit the texture for. So you just have to rotate it. Maybe you might want to find a better texture for it, but it's there. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you here, let me go ahead and bring us back to the normal view, is, let's say you're making a fence, right? I'm going to create a typical piece of wood that we use in a picket fence, right? Or something like that. Okay, so we got this piece of wood, and one thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go here to actually mesh tools, and I'm going to choose the insert edge loop here. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to create a loop around here. So right there. All right, so I've done that, and I'm going to go back to the selection tool so we're not on that. And I'm going to go to FN F9 for vertex selection. I'm going to select all of these. And I'm going to scale this to now have a point. What's cool is you can leave a little bit chopped off because it's how they normally look, right? So that is a piece of wood that might look like a fence, and you can duplicate that and move it through as you wish. Okay, so the one final thing that I'm going to show you in this video before I let you go and work on your stuff is something that I hinted at earlier. So let's say I've got this block here, all right? And I want to do something. I want to take and put a hole in it. All right, so I'm going to create a cylinder here, drag it out, all right? And I'm going to move this cylinder, and I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to move it again here into our block. All right, and you'll notice it'll be sticking out the other side here. Or better yet, let me rotate this a little bit more, because I want to show you something here. All right, so we have these objects here, and right now they're all one piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this first one here, I'm going to go to object selection mode, F and F9, to select the whole entire thing. Apparently it didn't do it. FN F9, or F8, sorry. FN F8. I'm going to hold down Shift and click this second one here. So it's important, the order here. All right. Because we're going to go up here and we're going to go to Mesh and then choose Booleans. All right, so we have several options here. I'm going to show you difference here first. So I'm going to click on this, and it's going to remove the second one from the first one. Doink. So now we have a cylinder-shaped hole in our box there. Cool. Cylinder-shaped hole in our box. All right, so I'm going to undo that. Again, well, if we change the order of these two, so if we did it the other way, and did Booleans and then difference, it would split the thing there like that. Yeah, so order does matter. All right, so I'm going to select the main one first and then the second one. All right, so this one order really doesn't matter here, so I'm going to do mesh, Booleans, and then union. So basically, it makes a shape out of both of them there. All right, so I'm going to undo that. And the final one is it makes a shape out of where the two are meeting. So, hey, there's the hole we took out of it. Cool. So we have these little tricks here, and of course, we can change it down in this little thing here, so the difference there. Cool. All right, so that's what I have to show you. Keep an eye out. There may be another video or two if I want to add some stuff to show you. So have fun on your project here, and see you in the next lecture.